Hello, and it is the Real Estate 360 Show and realestate360show.com.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning.
What is your name again?
My name is #unemployable Steve Connolly.
And my name is Jason O. Myles, #the real estate trainer. But I'm adding another hashtag to that. Can you have too many hashtags? It's #add a zero.
Oh, I like it.
ADAZERO.
ADAZERO.
Yes.
Isn't add ADD?
It is, but I'm ADD and I like the shortcut to everything. So
So drop the D and make it add a zero.
That's right. Add a zero. Add a zero. Why add a zero? Because it's simply just another placeholder.
Yeah.
You know, everybody is, I talk to people all the time about being comfortable with talking about money and life and death, you know, because these are constants in our existence, right? You have to be comfortable to talk about money. We talked before about people, you know, being uncomfortable with the money conversation as it relates to raising money. You know, having a $10,000 conversation is different than having a $100,000 conversation, which is different than having $1 million conversation. And it's literally just adding a zero.
Well, yeah, it is.
And it's actually easier once you climb up the ladder.
And, you know, I'm glad you're talking about this. And, you know, I've noticed, too, that if we're selling a product or anyone's selling a product, especially educational type products, I've noticed that really the higher the price, the better your clients are.
Definitely, because they take it serious.
Yeah.
You know, they have a vested interest in what it is they're doing.
That's right.
You know, even if they don't do anything with what they purchased, they still value it.
Yeah.
They don't really complain about having purchased it. They just touch it when they touch it. Adversely, you know, a lot of people think, hey, let's charge, you know, $10 for this or $20 for this. And I'm guilty of having done this, as you already know.
Yes. Me too. Me too. Hey, I'm not pointing any fingers.
Right. No. But, you know, they say, look, let's just, you know, let's give it away for free or let's charge next to nothing.
Yeah.
And you wind up with people that don't value who you are, what you have to offer.
Right.
And 9 times out of 10, you wind up with smaller rooms.
Exactly. You know, I wrote this book. It's called 50 Belief Ideas on it'saboutbelief.com.
Yes.
But I will not.
Shameless plug.
Yes. No shame whatsoever. I will not give that book away.
Yeah.
And the reason is because somebody gave me one of their books one time, and I've never read it. I don't have anything invested in it. Why should I read it?
Yeah.
You know, there's not really an exchange going on there.
Yeah.
It was just, here it is. So I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
There's something psychologically that happens when you decide to open your wallet and give.
Exactly.
You know, there's something that happens inside you that will make you value that thing, regardless of what you do with what you purchased. It's going to make you value it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's important, you know, just add a zero, value the things that you have, because every one of us have something that we have to offer. We have experience in life that is unique to you, right? Whatever it is you do, whether you're a welder, you know, construction guy, a car salesman, it doesn't matter. I mean, let's look at one of the most prolific car salesmen of all times. And I really wouldn't say he's a prolific car salesman, but he was a car salesman, and he simply transformed his life because of his belief system.
Was that guy named Joe something?
No, it was Grant something.
Oh, really?
Uncle G. Grant
no
Cardone.
way. He was a car salesman?
He was a car salesman. Then he developed a sales technique of his own, and then he pitched it to other car salesmen.
Oh, wow.
And he ran all around the country with a car salesman training program that turned into a training program for any kind of business that has now turned into a almost multi-billion-dollar real estate portfolio that he manages.
That's what we're trying to accomplish as well.
We're not trying.
We're doing that.
That's what we're doing.
Absolutely.
We're not trying anything.
Thank you for that correction.
You got to see the video here. We're fingers pointing up here, you know.
Exactly. So what's been going on?
Oh, man, I tell you, you know, a few weeks ago, the retrograde Mercury thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
So just for those people who are not familiar with astrology, and I'm not an astrologer or anything, but I know a little bit. I know enough to be really dangerous. So Mercury was retrograde up until yesterday. That means Mercury looks like it's going backwards in relation to the planet Earth.
Yeah.
It's not. It's going forward, but Earth's going faster than Mercury when you look at it through your telescope. So, but there's supposedly that affects things on the planet, like communications and mechanics, and so your car breaks or your computer breaks or you get a virus in your computer or maybe the coronavirus shows up. I don't know. Stuff like that. And so, but now, as of yesterday, of course, we're dating this thing a little bit, but that was way back when, on March the 10th, the Mercury went forward again.
Yes.
So now it's not retrograde, so you're in the clear.
So excited because for
what happened?
A few weeks there, a couple weeks at least, it has just been. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just been one obstacle after the other, after the other, after the other. And we tell people all the time that life is just a series of obstacles. Just keep moving forward.
Right.
Sometimes it's a little harder than others, though. You know what I mean?
So the technical term for that, so the universe has been kicking your ass, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely. I am thankful that I am still alive to testify.
Oh, okay.
Praise Jesus.
Well,
I'm just so happy that it's over.
And I saw you signing some documents. That kind of signals the end of that challenge, right?
Yes, that should at least. That was the very last. So we are in the process of refinancing one of our multifamilies, and it has been a real task working with this particular lender over the past couple of weeks, simply not because of what we did, but because of what we inherited.
Yeah.
So in this case, and this is a really good example of things that we need to do, or people need to do when they're acquiring a multifamily property. We already understand how important the leases are, right?
Right.
But every lender will look at those leases differently. So we've got to look at them in the absolute worst case scenario.
And we need to find out what the lender wants out of those leases.
Absolutely.
Before we turn them in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because in this case, what we did is we inherited a property. We inherited problems with that property, which is what we get paid to do.
Right.
We fixed those problems. One of those problems is the leases were all jumbled up and missing pages, and but the people were there. We knew that the people were there. We could see their signature. We knew
and some of them were paying rent.
And some of them were paying rent. That's right. Right. Well, once we cleared house, we knew who was paying rent, who was staying, and who was going, basically. Right. But the lender didn't like the fact that all the leases were, page 1 is where page 13 should be, and page 15 is where page 1 should be, and so on and so forth. And they wanted us to work that out. And of course, some of them were missing pages. So we had to take all the leases and put them together, because the only pages that were constant were the very first and the very last.
Oh my gosh.
So everything in the middle was different. And then there was one page that was missing from every single lease, which was the actual last page.
Oh no, with the signature page? Or
no, it's how you have a half a paragraph on the last page kind of thing?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
Oh, well, that was easy.
And there was one lease, just one, that had that page in it.
Wow. You're so lucky.
And we had to copy that page 28 times and attach it to the other 28 leases that were remaining for that particular batch of leases. And it sounds easy.
Yeah.
Oh, you just print out all the leases and you do this.
Scan them in.
It's not that easy.
No, it takes forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally took 2 weeks to do. And that's with constant daily attention from 3 people.
That sounds like too much.
Oh, no, nothing is too much when Mercury is in retrograde.
No, that's true.
So we got through it today, by God.
Oh, fantastic. That's awesome. Good. That's good news.
But
That's really good news.
It is, absolutely. But when you're looking at stuff out there, if you're looking in the multifamily stuff and you're looking at leases, when you get those leases, you really need to look through those leases so you understand what you need to do.
Yeah.
You need to know, okay, do we need to get everybody to re-sign new leases? Do we need to cut and paste leases together? Do we need to scrap these? Whatever it is you need to do, we got to look at them because our front lender was obviously very lenient when they saw the leases.
Right. They didn't really care. They were looking at the property and the value and the equity.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Their priorities were somewhere else.
Exactly.
But we did it, man.
Well, I know that we're going to be talking in the next segment about some updates, right?
Yes.
So I want to talk a little bit about the one property that we've had all the challenges with it. We've had updates on a kind of a regular basis. And
Yeah.
we finally closed that out yesterday.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I had to do the last minute run.
Yeah, that's right. And I was going to go over there, and I said, why am I going over there, for this?
By the way, that closing attorney has a chocolate fetish. There was chocolate everywhere.
Oh, my God.
An enormous quantity.
I would have gained 5 pounds, just walking in there and just looking at it.
I'm still eating Heath bars. Well, let's take a break.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll buy your house. Click 833willbuy.com. That's 833WELLBUY.com.
Or call 833-WILL-BUY.
Se habla español. Llámanos. Call us today.
Yes, and it is Real Estate 360. We're back.
Yeah, Steve.
We're talking about obstacles, Jason O'Miles.
We are, but I wanted to make you aware of this brand new technology, and our listeners, of course. There's this place that you can go online on these boxes that most people have at home, or
another one,
or even in their hand. These things called cell phones and computers, and there's this place that you can go called YouTube.com.
What?
Yes, it's called YouTube.com. It's
YouTube.
YouTube. And
Sounds
YouTube
funny.
can
what
do
they,
this.
Oh. So what does it do?
So you can go on one of your handheld boxes, or your home box.
You mean computer?
Yes.
Or cell phone?
Yes.
Okay.
It's one of those.
Tablet?
Yes. And you can type in those letters, YOUTUBE.com.
Yeah.
And you can watch all these things. There's these things they call podcasts.
Right.
And there's this great company called Real Estate 360 Show.
Yes.
That makes a podcast.
Now, I've
and
heard of that.
They have a channel there on YouTube that
Awesome.
anybody can go there and not just listen, but watch.
Okay.
They can see us.
That sounds amazing.
Touching all the senses, as my guy just mentioned over
Yeah,
there. You know what I
right.
mean? You can see, you can't
'Cause
smell
they
us
can
there.
watch-
There's no
they-
such thing as smell-o-vision yet, but you can see us, you can hear us, and you can feel.
Well, is YouTube a podcast or is it a video thing?
So it has audio and video on it.
Wow.
Some things you just hear, but you can still see stuff.
Okay.
Some things you can just look at stuff and you can hear what they're saying as they're saying it. It's amazing.
Amazing.
It's like a new radio.
Well, so that's fantastic. Let's move on.
So go there. Go to youtube.com. Check out Real Estate 360 Show. Check out the podcast. And for all you guys that have been listening, engaging, and subscribing, thank you so much. Please keep doing it. You can hear us on all platforms that you enjoy,
Including
podcasts.
iHeartRadio. And, of course, you can go to realestate360show.com and access anything and everything from right there in one spot.
That's right. So make sure you.
We even have the podcast actually listed there on the site.
What else is on the site, though? Just out of curiosity.
Our upcoming seminars.
Okay.
We do one of those every single month.
Yeah.
2 hours. It ranges from $20 to $30 or $40 for the seminars. We've kind of changed the pricing a little bit.
Yeah.
But 2 hours of solid information.
Absolutely.
No sales stuff. We're not into that.
Yeah.
We're just training.
Yeah.
And of course, all of our videos are actually right there. You can watch them right there on the site.
Mm-hmm.
And you can sign up for the mentor program. You can sign up for the millionaire program, the millionaire mastermind.
That's correct.
Thank you. And I know you didn't say anything, but I was reading your thoughts. And so everything is right there in one spot.
And speaking of that, real quickly, the Millionaire Group
Yes.
is really something I think that we should really put a little bit more of attention behind, because as of late, we've been meeting a lot of people that are trying to figure out where to put money.
Yeah.
And, just to put it out there, you don't have to have $1 million in the bank, right? You just have to have a certain kind of net worth and the ability to pull the trigger when you see something that you're interested in.
Right.
Right? Not saying that you got to put $1 million down. It might be 100,000. It might be 50. It might be 25. You just never know, right? There might be a situation where you're developing something and you need to be around other high net worth individuals to present your opportunity to as well.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of opportunities there, but look at what's been happening with the markets lately. The swings are ridiculous. I mean, they go way, way up and way, way down.
Yeah.
Not just a little here, a little there. We're talking about massive, massive swings. People that have money sitting in the stock market right now are scared pantsless.
Right. But anybody with some cash ought to be moving into the market. I bet you Warren Buffett is moving some of his cash into the market right now.
Well, right now it's pretty tough. I mean, we're actually watching a lot of institutional investors sit on the sidelines because no one knows exactly what's going on.
That's true.
It
is volatile out there.
It's extremely volatile, and we know that certain markets are going to be affected significantly because of the inability to move goods from one continent to the other right now, or just manufacturing in general, basically offshore manufacturing and imports into this country,
Asia,
as well as exports. So like our farmers, for instance, are really, really feeling the pinch. Everything from corn to cherries that are exported over there, overseas, and our corn. Most of the corn that we are raising here, or growing here in the States, is transferred out of the States for ethanol use.
Right.
So it's not for consumption in the, in the eating manner. It's for a different level of different type of consumption, but they have no need for those things over there right now.
Yeah.
So they're just not buying those things. So exports from our country are being really, really devastated right now.
But the one constant is people need places to live.
That is exactly right.
And that's what we provide in multifamily.
And in single family. I mean, we have a slower market, but it's a market that's still active.
Depends on what margin. Depends on what market you're in that slower market.
For sure.
I just listed this house, for $150,000. We did.
Yeah.
And that thing got. I'm getting my phone's ringing off the hook.
Absolutely.
I mean, I can't handle it.
And then going back to the last segment where we were talking a lot about obstacles, we were relieved of another obstacle recently.
Yes. Which one?
Willard.
Oh yeah, that one. I was going multifamily, single family. Okay, Willard.
Would you care for an
yes.
agua?
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
So yeah, Willard. That's the one that do your update. Sound effect.
Weekly update with Steve Conley.
Oh yes. Hello. This is Steve Conley for your weekly update, and we're talking about this little property that has been a challenge for us, for quite some time. And just to refresh your memory, its name is I guess we'll call it Willard.
Let's just call him Willard.
All right. Yeah,
he's a problem.
Yeah. Reminds me of the movie. Anyway, so it's been one thing after another. I found this through a networking group.
Yes.
And so this lady said, I really need to sell this. And I said, well, tell me about it, And she said, it's all renovated. I made it into an Airbnb. It looks fabulous. I'm past my due date to pay the loan off. Because it was a term loan, a renovation construction loan. They're typically 12 months, and she's way past that. So now they're charging her 1% per month extension fee.
Insane.
So the payments on this $250,000 loan were like $5,200 a month. $5,200 a month.
That's crazy.
And then, of course, this house was situated next to another house where people would just hang out all day. That was their job.
Yeah.
It was to hang out on the front porch. And so the people that would come in for the Airbnb complained about that. And so then she got blackballed from Airbnb, so there was no income coming in from it. She said, I don't know what to do.
So you know that street is a popular street.
Is it?
Because they've shot a few movies over there.
Okay.
2 doors down there's a movie on Netflix that was shot there that's extremely popular.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the main house for that in that movie. So a lot of people will drive by that house or just that street because it's really just that one block there.
Yeah.
Because there have been several movies that were shot right on that street in those houses.
I think it's a fantastic house and a fantastic location.
Oh, absolutely.
For, right now and appreciation because it's right there near MLK, right where that little community build-up is. So this commercial that I can...
That Ralph David Abernathy right there.
Ralph David Abernathy, yeah.
Right
Exactly.
There. And that great restaurant. It's called the Slutty
Vegan. Yeah, there was a line out there, yesterday, the other day when I was down there.
Yeah.
And there's always a line out there.
All the time.
And
there's little cafes there on Sundays where you drive down that street and there's cafes that you wouldn't normally see during the week because you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
But you go there on a Sunday after church and there's just people everywhere. And it's very, very active on the weekends.
And I see it, a year or 2 years down the road where that little corridor there's going to look a lot better because it looks a little, tattered.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Well, at least they got that big school that's over there. They got that all finished and cleaned up. It looks really looks new, actually. And it's probably 100 years old.
Exactly. So now back to the house. So it had, of course, this $5,200 per month payment, a mechanics lien, challenges with the crawl space, foundation. Even though it looked fantastic, it had a bunch of little repairs. And, of course, the payment, the balance on the mortgage is going up. She's got it priced too high. She's trying to sell it.
Yeah.
So we brought Sammy in.
Yep.
We priced it right. And we got a contract on it. We got 2 contracts on it. The first one fell through because the inspection came back and just kicked us off the curb completely, or to the curb. And so we sold it again. We just said, here's the inspection report. This is what you're going to get. Worked it out. So we came in and we spent a little bit of money on correcting a few things. And we got that back and a bunch of furniture.
Yeah. Well, let's talk more about it after the break.
Okay.
Do you need to sell your house? Well, our company will buy your house. We make the process very fast, very easy, and it's all cash. All you have to do is give us a call today.
We'll buy your house. Click 833willbuy.com. That's 833WELLBUY.com.
Or call 833-WILL-BUY.
Se habla español, llámanos, call us today.
Real Estate 360, Steve Conley, #unemployable, and I'm standing by that too.
That's right.
I like
it. That's right. #unemployable, and I'm standing by that. I love it.
Yes, sir.
Man, so Steve.
Yeah.
This Willard.
Yeah.
With all those problems with this particular property. I mean, but I really liked how you handled it with the second client.
Okay.
With the second contract person, when you said, look, this is what you're getting. Here's the report. It's definitely not favorable for us. We don't, if I didn't, just in an effort to save time, I think is why you did it.
Full disclosure, and we did. Hey, I didn't know what that was. We didn't have that report when I met this lady.
Yeah.
She didn't. I didn't think there was anything wrong at all. I mean, the house looks fantastic.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's bigger than it appears from the outside.
Yeah.
You
bigger.
walk in there and you're like, oh my God.
It's 4-bedroom.
Yeah. Yes.
I was looking at the pictures online and I was looking at the furniture, and I'm thinking, okay, wait a minute, there's 3 beds and then there's this futon and stuff in this other room.
Right.
Oh my God, this is a 4-bedroom.
Yeah.
But so anyway, we actually closed that out yesterday. I negotiated the mechanics lien,
which was necessary.
Oh my gosh. And then Sammy negotiated his commissions. He's taking a little bit less, but the lady who owns it, she's going to pay him.
Got it.
Yeah. And so, you and I, we kind of did this for free almost.
Yeah. So how about the lender?
Oh, the lender just got paid off. We were looking at doing maybe a short sale and try to get them to reduce it, but honestly, the seller and the realtor Sammy, neither one of them had the stamina to hold their guns while the lender decided if they wanted to do a short sale or take a discount on the mortgage. So they decided just to pay it.
Yeah,
I respect that.
Yeah,
to pay it and skip the BPO and the other process that those guys go through. It could have been another 2 or 3 or 4 weeks before we would have closed it.
Yeah,
and then they may have said no and just foreclose it.
Yeah,
it's
possible.
They have that option.
Yeah, and they could have made all that little extra money.
So
because they would have just retailed it. It was retail ready.
It was absolutely.
Yeah,
I don't think they made a lot of money.
No,
probably none really. Get right down to it.
Well, the lender.
Yeah.
Well, they already made all their money.
They already made it all, exactly. So there was really nothing more to squeeze out of that deal. They already squeezed every bit.
They got retail for it.
They did. So we're there
incredible.
With furniture, and I was going to take that furniture and move it down to our house in Fayetteville and make that into an Airbnb.
Yeah.
And you've been listening to me.
Yeah. And
very patiently, I might add.
Because you know where I stand on
I know. And you just say, well, whatever you want to do, Steve, is okay with me. I'm behind you. Whatever you want to do, I'm right there. But I could always tell, when I said I think I'm going to sell it, and you said there was a slight uptick into the vibrational output that you were saying. Oh yeah, let's line up for that. Let's do that. But then I said, yeah, you're probably right. And I was talking to Sam and Dale here, our production team.
Yes.
And I was saying, when you get out of your lane, things go a little bit haywire. And what I mean by that is there's certain things that I really like to do, and I like to buy and sell stuff. Yeah. When it comes to the management side and the rentals and the daily maintenance, that's just not who I want to be.
That's right. That's right.
And now there's nothing wrong with that. My brother is all over that.
Yeah.
That's his thing. And I wish I had him up here because I'd give it to him.
Yeah.
And that's not your thing either.
No, I'm really good at managing the manager.
Yeah. Good.
And we like for the properties that we have, we put management in place. Some of it is internal, some of it is external. But, our job winds up being training people on the processes that we want and need to be implemented, and then allowing them to be the bulldogs that they are.
Exactly.
So we have to empower people to do the things they want to do. I'm guilty also of trying to put the square peg in the circle hole, you know, and I just kind of gave up on that and said, okay, who likes this kind of thing? Mm-hmm. And then let's work them into the process, work them into our process. And just kind of go from there, because it's just a lot easier, less headaches, less expectation, because I feel as though when we have this certain level of expectation of people, mm-hmm. it's what we want done for sure. But if we're putting someone in place that really doesn't have the skill set, how can we get mad at them? We really need to be mad at ourselves.
That's right.
Yeah. And sometimes you got to pay people what they're worth to get what it is you do need and expect.
Totally, you really have to.
Yeah.
But the system's set up for that.
Oh, absolutely.
If you step back and look, everything is already in place. All you have to do is manage it.
That's right.
And recognize it.
Yeah.
You don't have to go out there and do the whole thing yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I started out trying to do the whole thing myself. And that was good in a way because I learned a lot. I learned a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I learned what is not that much fun for me. And my highest and best and your highest and best use of your time is to locate and identify the types of properties that we want to go into.
Right. We've learned how to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, we have.
We're the old bulls now.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
So the young bucks, old bulls.
That's right. So we can survey the land a little differently now.
Yes.
We pick our battles.
And that furniture that we were going to take down to
Fayetteville.
to the Fayetteville house. That was going to be the Airbnb, and of course, I finally made a decision. I got off the back and forth, and I said, I'm selling that thing.
Yeah.
I called you up and I said, hey, we put this out there for $150, and I got this offer for $160, which covers, closing costs for the buyer and the realtor fees.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, that sounds like a taker to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Steve, take that thing. Stop going back and forth. So I looked at it for a week, and I finally said, you know what? I'm just going to get this off our books.
Yeah.
And okay, now that means all this furniture that I had in my mind that was going from this house over to the Fayetteville house. Where's it going? I already had a whole double car garage full of stuff down there that I had just taken down there from my house out of the basement and stuff I've been collecting, and now it was in the garage down there, and I've got this other whole house full of furniture. I said, okay, wait a minute, we're selling this house now, and I'll call you up and say, hey, you want some furniture?
That's right. And then you did the garage sale.
Yeah. I did a garage sale. I got like 2 more to go.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah,
So.
but that's one thing about you, Steve, that I admire. Steve never stops hustling. It doesn't matter if it's, $100 or $100,000. You just never stop hustling. If something is slowing down, you're on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, and you're looking for stuff, to buy and sell.
Yeah,
just to keep that constant, flow going. Because I think that matters, though. I think that matters on several different fronts, not just. Because some of it, you're making money, but it's not. I can, retire on money.
No, there's no way.
But it's. I think for you, it's more about the process, about the.
It's
the deal.
It's a diversion.
Deal. Yeah.
I get tired of looking at houses. I've been looking at them for 35 something or more years.
But you do the cars. Really, you do a good job on those cars. By the way, car dealers would pay you to do that for them.
No, they would. Yeah, I just can't find enough of them.
Yeah, that's always.
You saw the last one I bought, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's quite the hustle you got there, man.
They just show up, and I say, usually I get a call. It's kind of weird. Or Beth says, hey, so and so has a car for sale, and he wants this much for it. And I said, what is it? And she said, this. I said, does it run?
Yeah.
Yeah, it runs.
It's so. I think that for people like you, Steve, for the people that are listening, that are always on the move, they're always doing something. Because I wouldn't call you a jack of all trades, though. I see you as a guy that just enjoys making deals.
Right.
It's the art of the deal, if you will. You just enjoy making.
I'm gonna
deals.
write that down. I'm gonna write a book about that.
Oh, okay, Junior. But there are a lot of people out there, I guarantee you, that are listening to us right now that are maybe feeling like they're all over the place. They with real estate, and then with their job, and then with everybody has to have a side hustle right now, right, in order to make it. So you have to have multiple streams of income. People will take side jobs and call it their side hustle, but they're still trading dollars for time, or time for dollars, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's not really a hustle. You're just killing yourself for, $10 an hour, $12 an hour, whatever the number is. You're only going to make so much on that side hustle.
That's right.
You know what you're going to make. If it's 20 extra hours a week and you're making $15, it's $300 a week before taxes.
Woo.
That's it.
I know.
But that's the time that you have to put in it. I can think of another side hustle, several of them, but one in particular that if you put 20 hours a week into, cannot make you. It could make you wealthy over time, but it'll make you on a monthly basis at least $5,000 minimum.
That's not a bad part-time job. That's my favorite saying.
Yeah.
And,
that's minimum. A deal a month.
I know, exactly.
It's better than the, $1,200 pre-tax that you're going to get working 20 hours a week, humping your butt.
And you get to take all your taxes, your deductions out before you pay the tax.
That's exactly right. Let's take a break and talk about that side hustle.
Hi, this is Sammy with Sammy Hadid Real Estate Keller Williams. Are you looking for a top producing agent who will look out for your best interests? Top dollar on the sale of your home, a well-negotiated contract, an efficient closing? Please call me at 305-978-4249. I'm more than happy to set up a consultation. I'll put together a proposal for you to net top dollar for your home, what it is that I'm doing to get all my homes sold. Then you can decide what's best for you. Again, I'll do whatever it takes to get your home sold for top dollar, and I promise you that I will protect your equity with my life. 305-978-4249. Sammy Hadid, Hadid.
Real Estate 360 show, and we're back.
Yes, indeed. Steve, I am so happy to be here today.
We're happy to have you.
Oh, man, it feels good. I just, I truly do feel, going backwards to our first segment, I truly do feel as though a weight has been lifted off my shoulders today.
Right.
I really do.
I can see the difference.
I do.
You signed that last piece of paper?
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel, and it's not just that. I mean, just in general.
Yeah.
Just in general, I feel great. I feel great today. Today is always the best day of my life.
Yes.
But today in particular, I feel pretty good for no reason other than I feel good.
Is there any other reason to feel good? I mean, you don't need a reason, do you?
No, just feel it.
Yeah, that's right. Because if you start feeling good, then things that that feel good will start showing up.
That's right.
Automatically.
I couldn't agree more. Feel great.
That's right.
Feeling groovy, man. Peace and love. So the side hustle.
Yes.
Real estate. Guys, listen, we talk about a lot of different things on this show because it's a really good show. It's a really, really, really good show, Real Estate 360. But it's real estate related, right? And we talk about everything real estate related.
And it's real.
And it is real.
Yeah.
It's real. So for all you guys out there that are listening and you're talking about, multiple streams of income, you're reading books, you're feeding yourself all this information, you've got a side job, a second job, really kind of understand that what you're trading your time for isn't going to get you closer to your goal. It's taking you further away from it. You're spending less time with your family. You're doing less of the things that you enjoy doing. You're not living, you're maintaining, right? So look into real estate. Obviously, you're listening to this show because you like real estate. So here's the thing. Start marketing. Start marketing for your deals.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that is. If it's knocking on doors saying, I buy houses. If it's putting out bandit signs. If it's direct mail campaigns. If it's looking for buyers. You don't have to go out and make all of the deals happen for you. There are people that are already selling houses that you could sell their houses. You might not make $10,000, but you're going to make $2,000 or $3,000.
Even $1,000. What's wrong with that?
Exactly. Right. And you do that a few times a month, and you build up your financial war chest. And that war chest is all for marketing. You spend your money on marketing. I mean, we're looking right now at some of the things that we want to do for some of our national things, our national educational programs. And in order for us to be, we'll put it like this, the big guys, the big dogs in that market, the guys that you see on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube all the time, all the social media guys and the emails that you get 50 times a day because you had an interest in this one thing.
Right.
Those guys are spending, upwards of $80,000 a month.
They are.
$1 million a year on marketing, just marketing.
Well, wait a minute. They're spending $80,000. That's an expense, isn't it?
It is an expense.
Well, how can they do that? And why would they do that?
Because they're probably doing $1 million a month. Some of them are doing more than that.
Bringing in $1 million.
That's right.
So that $80,000 that they're spending is bringing in $1 million.
That's exactly right. It's a great investment.
Hell yeah, it's a great investment because there's no product cost
for most of them.
For most of them.
I mean, there's some really big dogs in this world. One in particular, I won't say any names, but he's doing just under $100 million a year in his educational platform. Gross dollars.
Right.
Gross dollars. But he's also the brick and mortar
seminar, all that, right?
Yeah, you know, you got
That's
the pre-show.
expensive.
Super expensive. Depends on the city you go to.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be 80,000. You've got 6 teams. This guy has 6 teams that goes out on a weekly basis. They work 3 weeks out of the month. You know, and of course, every week there's some, you know, multiple events going on around the country. But you know, it depending on the city, that marketing for that city could cost $80,000 in the big city, New York, L.A. You know, Atlanta is about $50,000.
Yeah, it could be $100,000.
And that's per week.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Per city. And if you're doing, you know, 18 cities a month,
yeah,
let's say your average spend is right around 40. Let's just say 50. Average spend per city, okay,
per week,
and you're doing 18 of these a month.
That's $200,000 per times 18. That's $3.6 million a month.
That's it. I mean,
is that right?
It's somewhere around there. You know, it's
close enough.
$3-4 million a month.
Wow.
Right. That's just for marketing. Then we have hotels and we have travel and we have the
but listen,
books and stuff that have to be printed. It's crazy, man.
Let's bring this down to the person who wants to get into real estate. It's about the marketing.
Absolutely.
And it's about the marketing, whether it's you're learning how to do this or it's about the marketing if you're trying to find houses. So we're opening up in Panama City and Pensacola, the Panhandle. We've got a guy with that's in that area, ready, willing, and able to run down houses. He knows how to make offers. He's going to make offers that make sense. And so he wants to team up with us. Why?
Well, because we have the marketing machine.
Right. Exactly.
You know, we've got the marketing.
And we understand the marketing.
Absolutely.
We understand, number one, it's about the marketing. And so I was down there a couple of weeks ago, and I said, oh, my gosh, there's more blue roofs down here, you know, per acre than I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And, you know, a blue roof is, you know, the big blue tarp.
That's right.
You know, a year and a half after the hurricane came through.
Yeah.
That's insane.
There is so much opportunity down there. It is, as my grandmother used to say, so much opportunity. You can shake a stick at it.
Be careful.
Yeah, it almost came out the other way. You know, I never understood why would you want to shake a stick at it.
Oh, no, really.
But it is what it is. But there is tremendous opportunity there, and it is all about the marketing. You know, for us and for anyone else down there, we have very little competition down there. There aren't as many active or as active investors like us.
So listen, if you're listening to this,
stay away.
Yeah, just, you know, stick to your area. Don't go down to Florida. Just, you know, listen to the voice. You know, you cannot remember anything that happened in the last 2 minutes.
Go to Jackson, Tennessee.
Yeah, that's right.
It's great up there, I hear.
But anyway, our whole point is the market. It's about the marketing, and of course, you need to know, you know, something about real estate, how to write contracts, and all that. And that's what the training is all about, is teaching you how to do that. So we brought on a mentor student, and I was with him Monday for 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know, just going through the process of what it is. And at the end he says, so what are we offering here? How do we come up with our offer? And so I took him back to the very beginning, which was our spreadsheet that calculates the repair costs and then actually comes up with the MAO and then the fee that you would put in there for your assignment fee. And I said, you remember this? And I said, that's what we would use to determine what our offer is.
Yes.
And it was like the light came on in his head, you know, because that's the way we like to teach it is, okay, here's the whole playing field. Here's what you do first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And in 3 hours, he really understood it.
Yes.
Which is amazing. And now, guess what? He's out there looking at houses yesterday and today.
That's right.
And he was out at a house yesterday taking video and sent it to me to determine, hey, am I on track with my renovation costs? Am I on track with my ARV? I said, you adjust this, adjust that, and make that offer.
Well, we've got very unique, what I like to call a very simple process. You know, we call it the CARVE method.
Yeah.
You know, it's the current after repair value evaluation, and the 4 ways are the 4 types of problems that you're going to encounter actually,
Mm-hmm.
and how you can categorize them based on their equity positions. And you can mix match all kind of stuff, but understanding, the CARV method
Yes.
is, I think, the beginning, the building blocks for your success. Because here's what that does. Understanding what the 4 problems are and creating is the big part.
Right.
Because most people only learn 1.
They don't learn how to wholesale.
That's it.
Yeah.
But if you come in and you say, okay, here are the 4 problems, and then you can identify which one this house fits in. It's 1, 2, 3, or 4.
It could easily save you a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years off of your learning curve.
For me, it was 2.5 years.
There you go.
For me, it was 2.5 years. And when we put this CARV method together, it was 15 years after starting, for me anyway,
But you actually put it down in writing so people could say, okay, I've got this house. What do I do with it?
Exactly. We've got this house. Here are the numbers. Where does it fit into this?
Yeah.
And then you can make your decision from there because it lists for you. Anyway, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself when we're talking, because this is an internal thing that we have.
Right.
And we haven't really taught it or shared it with anyone, but it's the CARV method. That's what we call it, current after repair value evaluation, right? And we're looking at properties, and for you seasoned investors that are listening to this, you'll know, if there's 0 to 50% equity, you're going to make these cash offers, but you can also do something else. If it's underwater, it's either a short sale or a hold option. Perhaps.
That's right.
This is, maybe you walk away from it. Maybe you keep it for yourself and move in it. There's a million different things that you can do, but understanding what the 4 problems are in real estate is the beginning of your success.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Agreed.
you've got if you're working a side hustle, a side job, and you've got 5, 7, 10 hours a week spread out throughout the week, 30 minutes here, an hour and a half there, you can find success in real estate inside 30 days.
Absolutely.
And I encourage you to reach out to us, realestate360show.com, and say, hey, listen, I want to get more information on this. Go there, see what kind of events we have, listen to other podcasts that we have, send us an email.
Click on the contact button on Real Estate 360, and that goes straight to us.
That's correct. And you can start getting some of these questions that you have answered and put your best foot forward so that you can find success in real estate today, not next year.